Welcome to DrakusTV. I'm your host, Drakus. Today we open one Pokemon, two Pokemon, three Pokemon. Ha. Sorry about that. I've been watching something like that. So we have today 3 battle figures Pokemon of Eevee Evolutions. So from left to right, let me see if I remember my Pokemon. From left to right, we have Sylveon, Jolteon, and Flareon. I think that's how you pronounce that. Let's have a little bit of fun with them. So, yep. So these are the Pokemon, and let's look at the package. Now, let's open it! So this is what we got out of the package. So we got 3 evolutions of Eevee. These are just plastic figures. But this one, unlike the smaller version of Pokemon, actually has some articulation. I'll show that later. And they look pretty good. Okay, so here we have our 3 evolutions of Eevee that we opened today: Sylveon, Jolteon, and Flareon. So let's bring the other figures that we have of Eevee Evolutions. So we're gonna bring this one here. Hint. I don't remember their names. We're gonna bring this one over here. I think this is Leafeon. Let's bring this one over here. So we have this one over here, and finally this one over here. They look like a nice gang. Let me bring the leader of the gang, Eevee. So we have the 8 evolutions of Eevee and Eevee. This looks like a nice collection. But the problem with this collection is that the time they took to actually collect them, right? So many of these figures you could find it separate, but some of them you can only get it in collectors pack of 8 or something like that, and the cost will be for the pack will be something like $29.99 to $39.99 or more. So it's not just, you're not spending just $7.99 back then. And just the Sylveon just came out as a single pack this year. So yeah, I don't. That's it for collection of just the Eevees. You need to buy extra figures, and that may be okay for some people, but you're only interested in the Eevee, not a good deal. You're waiting all this long until 2025 to complete your collection of independent Eevee Evolutions. So most of these plastic figures are just statues with very limited articulation, if any whatsoever. Smaller one, there's like a Eevee, and then you can see there's no. She looks great, but the tail doesn't even move, so it's okay. I mean, just a nice statue to put it on your shelf and enjoy it. But the bigger ones, I found that they do have articulation. Like let me bring one of the new ones. Like let's get Sylveon. If it doesn't, so Sylveon. This doesn't move, but it has a lot of detail there. Look at that. Those connections. Those how do you call that? That would be a scarf in this position, but this like a ribbons. There you go. All these ribbons. That's a very nice detail. But the legs are articulated, yeah, it has limited articulation, but in reality, and the head, yeah, I think that the head can move if you want it, but that's about it, right? That's all you have. And then when you put it when you put it on your shelf, how much choices do you have with these guys? I mean, really, not many. You have to be able to balance them and be able to stand. So there are not many choices on terms of how you're gonna position those legs. So it's just the head at this moment, but that's okay. I mean, it's just to enjoy it. You enjoy your passion for Pokemon, especially Eevee Evolutions. There you have it. You have the plastic figures there. So I discovered the secret of why they want to have articulation, especially the big ones, and it's because they need to do this about to pounce position, about to pounce pose. But in reality, if you ask them, this is the yoga pose. So you have all these legs that they can move out of the position, so you can do a yoga pose for your Pokemon figures. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Now the nice thing about these figures is they are on scale with each other, and that's amazing. But that means you are a collector. Yeah, you can get some of the figures in very small figures like Eevee. You're gonna get something like Onyx in a scale with these guys. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. And you can see the different options of figure. I like the moniker that says scale for battle. That's pretty cool. Final thought about these figures. For a collector of Pokemon plastic figures, well, yeah, if you collect Eevee Evolutions, they will Sylveon will complete your collection. It's out this year, I think, and yeah, that will complete the collection with plastic figures. But the plastic figures is about the same price as the plushies. I think they are about the same price as the plushies. So it depends who are you getting this figure for, right? The plastic figure you can put it in your shelf, and they can nicely collect dust in there. Where the plushies are very nice for your little ones. Or for yourself if you actually are little at heart. Okay, there's no judgment here. Anyway, but this will do it for me. I was collecting this for my agent. At the end of the collection, we were waiting so long that the last three, I think, my agent was giving up on them because they took so long to get them in separate pack, and to get in big pack, the packs are getting expensive. As I said, Sylveon is what, $9.99? Yeah, that's not too much, but still, it just came out this year in its own pack. That will be all for me. I am an action figure collector. You know, those figures that you can move arm and legs, and oh, wait a moment, these figures, the big ones, you can move the arms, well, the legs and the head. Am I getting into a collection, a big collection again? I cannot do that. Sorry. Thank you for watching. Take care. On to the next one. Bye.